Today we're looking at ELIXIR, the original versus the new ELIXIR Absolu. We are getting kind of ridiculous flankers now, in my opinion. I don't know how far these companies are going to go with their flankers. I mean, starting off with the original This is how it used to be when this first came out. You'd have just maybe one flanker, and then you'd have a summertime flanker or a special edition that came out every now and again. But now it seems like every brand is going crazy with these flankers, and I think extra dose or extra intense is going to be the next word that these brands start using. We've already got it from Valentino. We've got Valentino Uomo extra dose, and I think I saw one from Mugler, a women's fragrance, recently that said extra intense. I think they just sound a bit ridiculous. So when the ELIXIR came out with I thought that was the end of it. I thought they're not going to go any further in the line because there's already been so many flankers. If you look on Fragrantica and look at how many flankers there's been hundreds in the past. But, you know, just over a year after we had ELIXIR, we have ELIXIR Absolute. So this one, I was not sure how I would feel about it, but we're going to break down the fragrance. Now, you know, one thing that I heard Jeremy Fragrance say recently, I think he talks a lot, you know, doesn't always talk that much sense, does he? And some of his videos are pretty crazy in the way he acts, and his fall off the last few years has been really intense. But one thing he said recently that I saw, he said how he doesn't like recommending different flankers or something, and he thinks there should be one fragrance per flanker, which I kind of agree with, to be honest with you. I don't like this idea of having all of these flankers in, you know, different fragrances. But what do you think? In my opinion, it's just a way to get you to spend more money, because you start off with like an EDT, and then the EDP comes out, and then you have like 5 or 6 other flankers that follow on from that, and it makes you have FOMO. It makes you think that you're missing out on something if you don't buy the latest and best flanker. Okay, so ELIXIR. Now, when this first came out, this was a really statement-making fragrance because it just gained a lot of popularity, especially on like TikTok and YouTube as well, social media. And I think it was geared towards the younger audience a little bit because it's so sweet and playful. And I think it smells really nice. I think the sweetness in here is really addictive, and it has like an addicting quality, and it's really good for going out with your friends. It's a really fun, playful fragrance. It does have some similar notes, some similar characteristics to the original By the way, I love this, and this is a fantastic fragrance. This is the original and I think every man should try this. So the original is typically a woody base, a masculine woody base with mint, lavender and vanilla. So they're the main notes you get in the original. And in here, you don't have the woody kind of dense base notes in here, but you do get the mint in the opening and the lavender. The mint in here is lovely. I really like the mint opening. It's refreshing, it's energetic, and it's really quite a strong mint smell. It's really nice. And then you get a strong honey or tonka bean note in the base note. So it comes really sweet, and that's why I think it's really playful. But this got a lot of attention when it first came out, and I think it's still a really popular fragrance. And I think it's great. It's just it leans a bit more youthful than the original and Le Parfum, which is also a great fragrance. So how does ELIXIR Absolute differ? Their bottles are very similar, if you can see. The original, this one, is see-through, so you can see the perfume inside. This one you can't. They've made it all gold, but they do look quite similar. So ELIXIR Absolute. How is it different? Well, it is different, which is good. It doesn't just seem like it's a complete cash grab, although a cash grab in some sense. But they have changed it, and it does smell really good, if not better than the original. Maybe because I've worn the original quite a lot, and you become a bit, not bored, but you become used to it, and sometimes it's nice to have a change. I like the direction that Jean Paul Gaultier went in this fragrance, because they made it more mature, which was good, because the original ELIXIR, as I said, was very sweet and quite youthful, really easy going. This one feels more dense, more mature, more like an adult fragrance. It's still really sweet, especially in the base notes. And when you get to the base notes of this, you do get a lot of similarities between this and the original ELIXIR. You could layer these really easily. Like, you could wear this in the daytime, and then you could wear this in the nighttime, and it would pair really well because the base notes are so similar. But this one, the ELIXIR Absolute, has a really nice plum opening. Plum is not a fragrance note that you are going to get all the time in fragrances. It's quite a different note. It does smell quite unique, and this one just has a more mature, denser, heavier, kind of smoother feel to it. Not smoother, that's maybe the wrong word. It's denser, it's heavier, it's more ambery. It has a more mature smell, a more adult smell, and I think this is more suited to a nighttime wear if I had to characterize it as a fragrance for some event. It's more of a nighttime fragrance, a special occasion fragrance, but really you can wear these whenever you want. I think this one, the Le Male ELIXIR Absolute, has stronger performance, at least on my skin, and this one really does last and last. So what do you think about these two fragrances? Have you tried both, the original Le Male ELIXIR and Absolute? I'm keen to know your thoughts. I think I just slightly lean towards Absolute, as I prefer it just over the Le Male ELIXIR, but let me know what you think. See you soon.